So rather coming to the charts in the mornings, not having any idea where you want to trade from and just going off intuition or gambling, or a lot of the time don't even know how to devise a plan. I'm going to show you exactly what I've started to use now over the last few months, which has been a game changer in relation to getting into trades and out of trades or staying in trades, and gives you a plan for you to start the day. Because if you don't have a plan, how are you going to be able to control your emotional regulatory system? You're not going to be able to do that because it's going to be impulsive and you're going to be reacting rather than being proactive in the markets. So if you follow me already on my main channel, you kind of know how we trade already. You know that we trade from key levels, previous daily high, previous daily low, Asia high, Asia low, things like that. But what's been happening recently is a lot of technology and a lot of data and a lot of softwares like Menthor Q have allowed us to look at even more deeper analysis from the options chain. Now, if you don't know about the options chain, why it's relevant, it's because on the options chain, they have positions, and if they're out of position losing money, then they are going to hedge over on futures. So let me just break down what I mean by this. It's going to make it very, very easy for you and how I trade and where you can get in trades. Now, at the moment, I've just got the 15-minute chart on the screen. So you come to the charts today, you say you want to trade New York, all right? I trade London majority of the time, but say you want to trade New York. Now, ultimately, you're going to be thinking of this overnight gap. Maybe there's a gap fill. Maybe we can trade that. Maybe I can go long from this low, or maybe I can go long from that low without any data. So you're kind of just doing this on your charts, and you may have a certain strategy, or you may have certain things, but you don't really know where to actually trade from. And the reason most traders lose money, and I did for years, and many people watching, especially educational videos do, is because you diddle in the middle. And that means that you're chasing every candle in the middle of ranges, in low probability areas and zones on the charts, trade location. The volume is low, so you can't get the trade because there's no volume in the market in that area in the charts or in the market at that time of day. So what we do is this. It's very, very simple. I've got our own little indicator here, which just marks out the previous daily highs and the previous daily lows, the Asia highs and the Asia lows. And if I want to, I can come on here and obviously then put my London high and London low just for this purposes as I'm making this video. All right. So that's what I can do in relation to what I want to look for and where I'm looking to trade from. Now, for a very, very long time, I've just traded from previous daily high, previous daily low, as you can see here, previous daily low here, Asia high, Asia low, etc., and things like that. I'm just going to take off the London session at the moment because it's still running and it'll be distracting for me. So ultimately, that's fine. But what if we can then get even more confluence and stronger conviction and zones to actually trade for? And this, my friend, is where Menthor Q comes in. Now, it is a software that you can use. I don't have an affiliate code or anything like that. I pay for it and I give it to my community, the levels, for free every morning with a rundown of where they should be trading from. But what this is a higher level, more data, level 2, level 3, or data 2, data 3, whatever it may be, areas of where you can possibly take trades from. Now, as you can see on their chart, I've got the 1 day max, which is the average max daily range when it comes to the NQ. And I can mark these levels and go over and just add them with the indicator onto my charts. Now, what this does, it gives me an added confluence, as you can see right here at the top, for me to be looking for trades this morning only in this section. That's what it allows me to do. So ultimately, if there's any little trap before or anything like that, I can stay out of the market. Now, I still might be enticed to get into the trades. However, with me knowing that the market is the liquidity and the market and the main level is just above, it can allow me to assess, am I making this decision too early? Has the liquidity been taken if I'm looking at bookmap? But more importantly, has it taken out a key level on the options chain? Because that's going to be important in the futures market. And then you can see exactly this morning, that it was absolutely beautiful to trade from the 1 day max. And not only that, if you have a look briefly, it's also then comes back below, if you didn't want to trade straight away, back below the previous daily high and back below the Asia high. And that's exactly where we want to get into the market. Now I could have held this all the way down to here, core resistance, which is another key level just here, but I didn't need to because I'm only looking for a 2R, and that 2R would probably been around something like here or something like that, quick one, something like that. That might have been my 2R, all right? So I don't need to be holding the trade for long. And you might say, well, why don't you hold it if that's the key level? Because you don't need to. What we're looking for is we're looking to trade from key levels, high probability levels, for us to potentially get in the market. As you can see right now on the New York Open, as I'm writing this, it's trying to find support at the core resistance, but more than likely it's going to try and look down here, down about the GEX1, which is the Gamma 1. You've got a high volume node. This is right now on the New York Open. And also then you've got Asia low and the monthly low. Below that, you've got a gap fill, then you've got Fridays, and you've got previous daily low. But what this does, it allows you to wait and be patient for key levels to be hit on the charts. Now, going back over to Menthor Q, you can use many, many different things. It's got an AI, it's got levels, it's got a watch list. It's way more than just giving you obviously the levels for you to trade from. I mainly use it just for that. It's worth it for me. Yes, it may be $150 or whatever it is, but I make that tenfold. So the technology, the software is very, very good for me to look at. You can do many, many things on this. You can draw on this. You can add other things. You can add any sessions. You can go and look at all loads of data if that's what you want to do over on Menthor Q. But what this does is it stops you from messing around in the middle of ranges so you do not get chopped. You do not get chopped. Now, going over to the way that I trade and to see if you can catch a trade this morning, as you can see right here, this is our trade setup. Just here, this is what I look for every single day. A 3-candle reversal pattern at a main level where there's possibly liquidity. If I've got a key level like I have the 1 day max, I go for a short in here. This is what I'm looking for. My stops then can go just above here. And for me, I only needed a 2R. So I was out of the market here. And look how much more money we could have done on there. But I don't need to hold that long. That is 11R. It is a Monday. If that was a Thursday, that would have been very, very different. So all I need is this piece of the pie, which locked in around about $400 or $500, multiple accounts. So we're talking $2,000, $3,000 today just off this one move. If I held it all the way down here, which I wouldn't because it's New York as well, then yes, of course, its hindsight is always great, but we're not going for that. We're looking for our 2R and we're looking for high probability trades, and that's where we're looking to trade from. Now, as you can see right now, it's trying to find some support at the Asia low, but there is news around that. There is news around the war. There is news around oil. So how is the stock market going to act around that news on a Monday? So what I would be looking for now would be, could I get an opportunity to get in a long from this position if I was trading New York? Because it's Asia low, it's GEX1. So I know I'm not going to try and short this market to the downside because this could possibly be a trap. Whereas new traders will try and go short here, hoping it gets to here, and then now it just wipes them out. So you've got to be very, very careful and understand where you're looking to trade from. And with Menthor Q lined up with the previous daily high, the previous daily low, the GEX1, Asia high and Asia low, or London session high, London session low, absolutely perfect. You can use volume profile to add some value area highs or value area lows. I like to keep it simple. I like to trade from the key levels, and that's how we make money in the market. So I've tried to keep this as short as possible. I don't want to blabble on. Trading needs to be simple. Get your levels, wait for those levels to hit, get an entry criteria on the 5 minute, the 1 minute, the 15 minute, whatever you want to do, the 100 tick chart, whatever it may be, and then execute. Now, as you can see, if you've gone down to the 1 minute, you've already got a trade here and you've already bounced around about 80, 90 points, and that's you done for the day over on the New York session. So there's no coincidence that you are watching this live right now bounce from Asia low and the GEX1. That's exactly where we like to trade from. I hope you like these videos. Make sure you hype it. Make sure you go and check out our main channel. Let's get to 19,000 subscribers. I think we need around about 300 subscribers. And I will see you all on the next one.